Hello everybody, it's the King, back here with another video. Today guys, we are back with another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross guide. Today guys, we are going to be doing a Crimson Demon Hell Clear guide, okay? Now, first of all, really quick disclaimer, I'm not talking about Levi, okay? I'm just not going to talk about Levi. Levi is very good for this. Well, not very. Like, he's not better than Derieri, but he's still a good option. However, I know not everybody has Levi. For instance, I don't have Levi, so I'm just skipping over Levi. I'm just, like, Levi is good, you know, but I'm not going to talk about him. So, let's talk about Crimson Demon. Okay, he is a very, very, very good, like, he should be a hard boss. Like, technically, when you're looking at the effects and the stats and everything, he's technically the hardest boss. But because there's so many good characters for him, he's really not all that challenging. Now, before we start talking about all the optional characters, the characters you can bring if you want to, there's 2 characters you need to bring no matter who's your main DPS. You need to bring these 2 characters no matter what team you're using. And those 2 characters being Arthur and Gowther. We're talking about Gowther first. So, Gowther is obviously amazing, okay? Like, you can really ignore Arrow Shot just because, like, it isn't really gonna help you that much. But Invasion Arrow, okay? Invasion Arrow is where all of his utility comes from, okay? It's very, very great. It's crazy. It's amazing, okay? Invasion Arrow, what it does, if you don't know, and if you don't know, how do you not know? It increases skill ranks of one ally, okay? That's the rank 1. Rank 2 is of all allies, and rank 3 is increases skill ranks and boosts basic stats by 20%. That means HP, attack, and defense. Like I said, it's really good. It's really crazy. Gowther is a really, really good character. Also, his passive, is actually kind of nice. It increases all allies' attack by 10% at the start of the next turn if the hero doesn't take damage. And it also doesn't have a limit, so as long as he doesn't take damage, he will constantly boost the team's damage, which is really, really nice. So, the main reason, in all honesty, you can even ignore the passive, the main reason you want Gowther is because of the Invasion Arrow. It's very nice to be able to get those rank 2, rank 3 cards. It helps you clear him a lot faster. The next character is Arthur. God damn, bro. Okay, you need to have Arthur, okay? And the reason you need to have Arthur isn't because of Light Pillar. He's kind of like Gowther. You can just kind of ignore his first skill. Like, his first skill does decent damage. It's just not going to do anything crazy or great. And then, the only real reason you actually need him is because of his second card, Royal Sword. It increases the basic stats of one ally by 20%. Increases the basic stats of all allies by 20% for 2 turns. And then, his rank 3 removes debuffs from all allies, grants basic stats by 30%, and grants debuff immunity. It's such a good buff. It's amazing. If you have this buff, you become unkillable. Not to mention that he increases HP-related stats of human allies by 15%. That's HP related. It's not just HP. It's not a basic stats buff. That means it's HP, regeneration, lifesteal, and recovery rate. The big one there is HP and lifesteal. The lifesteal is really, really useful in this fight, okay? Because then that means even if Crimson Demon does some damage, you can basically heal back everything he's doing just by attacking. Now that you have your 2 supports, you need to have a main DPS, right? You have your 2 supports in Arthur and in Gowther, okay? These 2 characters are basically the main supports of the team. That means now you need a DPS character. Now, for the budget option of DPS, okay? Like, really, really budget. Like, if you don't have basically anybody, you should at least have this person. And it's Red Demon Meliodas, okay? Now, Red Demon Meliodas, ever since Blue Demon Meliodas came out, everybody forgot about Red Demon Meliodas, right? Come on, everybody's been sleeping on my boy, Red Demon Melly, okay? Everybody been sleeping on him. But he's actually kind of nice, okay? Like, he's able to clear this boss with semi-difficulty. I won't lie and say he clears it easy, you know? He's no Derieri, he's no Red Escanor, but he clears it good for budget players. If you don't have either Red Escanor or Derieri, which in all honesty, if you have Red Demon Melly, you should at least have Red Escanor. But in case you don't, you can still use Red Demon Melly. It'll be difficult, but he has in fact and infect is actually good because you can stop the boss from absorbing your soul. He has ignite, which is useful because it boosts up his damage and just your team's damage as a whole. So the more ignite stacks you do, not only the more damage will your Red Demon Melly, but also your teammates. His rage isn't really that useful in this fight because you'll have him in the front line, so he's not really going to be able to take much of his passive. But in all honesty, like I said, this was much more of a budget clear, okay? If you don't have any of the other good characters, you can use this character. He won't be able to clear it for you all that well, but he'll be able to put in some work, you know, like just a little bit of work. Now that we're done with that, let's get into the actual 2 good characters that you need, okay? Because, like I said, Red Demon Melly, he's okay, but he's not optimal. You should really not use him, in all honesty. If you don't have anything better, you can use him. Like, he is viable. It's just a little tricky. But if you have either of the 2 characters I'm about to talk about, you can just forget about Red Demon Melly. The first character is Red Escanor. We all know the amazingness of Red Escanor, especially if you're on Global, okay? Red Escanor is amazing, okay? I don't even have this man yet. Oh my god, bro. I can't wait for this man to drop on the coin shop. I know he's in the coin shop, but I'm waiting for him to be on discount. But, like, he's so good, bro. He's insane. Basically, one of the reasons you want to have Arthur on your team is because of Red Escanor. Basically, his skill gives Amplify, which basically means it deals 30% extra damage per active buff. Arthur boosts all basic stats, meaning that he'll gain 3 buffs. An attack boost, an HP boost, and a defense boost. That means that just by activating Arthur's, even just his rank 1 card, if you don't want to, like, give the boost to everybody and just want to give it to, Escanor, he'll be doing 90% extra damage. That's almost double the amount of damage. And his passive gives him a buff, at the very beginning of the turn, an HP related boost by 50%, meaning that if you use the Arthur card, he'll immediately have 4 buffs. Immediately. He'll have 120% boost just off of starting the game. That's how amazing he is. So that's 180% plus 120. That's insane. It's insane damage, genuinely. This man can do 50k. Like, I've even seen a Red Escanor do 65k on a silver card. It's like on a rank 1 or rank 2 card. It's really insane. It's crazy. His second skill is Charge and Fire, which actually is kind of useful because you're able to reduce the ult gauge of the boss, which is really nice because in case you can't kill him on the first or second turn, you may need to just stop him from using his ultimate. And Charge and Fire is really useful for that, especially if you have Gowther on the team, which is again why you need Gowther and Arthur. Because with Gowther, you can just rank up and then use Charge and Fire and stop him from using his ult. Where if you don't have Gowther, it might be more difficult for you to get on a rank 2 or rank 3 Charge and Fire. His ult, we all know his ult. It is amazing, amazing, amazing. This ult does so much damage. It's not funny. It's actually kind of crazy the amount of damage he does. And you should have at least, even if you only have Green Escanor and Red Escanor, that's at the very least 4 cosmetics. 2 UR and 2 SSR, which is actually kind of nice, in all honesty. It's kind of nice, okay? Because you'll have this one from the, Evolve Hero, and then you'll have, you'll have this one from Draw Hero, Evolve Hero right here. So these 2 are the UR uniforms. This one is the SSR uniform you get for a Green Escanor, and then this one is the one you get for Red Escanor. So like I said, at the very, even just at getting him, you'll already have 4 cosmetics. It'll be really useful, like I'm saying. Like, the Red Escanor is crazy, okay? He's really good for this fight. But if you want to clear it above the rest, okay? If you want to, clear this in a minute, in 2 minutes, if you just want to go through and just auto this, and just be sure that your team will completely whoop Crimson Demon, then Red Escanor, while he is great and he's amazing, there's a better character. And she's just released. And you all know who I'm going to talk about. You have to know who I'm going to talk about. Red Derieri. God, oh my god, do I love Red Derieri, bro. Oh my god, yo. Red Derieri is insane, okay? She has the Commandment of Purity. Decreases the damage of ranged attacks by 35% in PvP. It doesn't apply to this match whatsoever. But, at the same time, she doesn't need it to apply, bro. Her combat power Her combat power or passive increases attack by 10% when the hero uses skills. The effect is removed when a skill is not used. Limit 10 times. Basically, every turn you wanna at least use one skill of hers, because it'll boost her damage by 10% up until 10 times. While that might not seem, it almost seems sort of like Gowther, you know, like the 10% boost. But it actually, the reason it's a lot crazier than that is because of this. So, Darkness Hand is 240 of pure damage, 360 of pure damage, and 600 of pure damage. And while that seems really good, it's not the reason it's amazing. The reason it's so good, her injection ability gives her a basic stats boost for 20%, basic stats boost by 30 and an evasion, and then by 50 and an evasion for one turn. The reason this is so good, the reason why her buff giving ability is so insane, okay? Now, let's say you've used 4 cards, okay? Let's just say you've used 4 cards for 4 turns. So you have 4 attack buffs from the passive. You have, at the very, very least, you have 3 boosts from the basic stats boost from injection. Not to mention if you also have the evasion, if you use a rank 2 or rank 3, because evasion is a buff. So, if you have evasion, that's 4 buffs, plus the 4 you're getting from the passive, which is 8 buffs, and then Amplify. She has Amplify on her ult. That's 8 times 3, that's 16, 24, so that's 24 or 21, yeah, the 24, right? Bro, I'm so stupid sometimes, yes, that's 24, obviously. Bro, math is not my strong suit, but yeah, it's 24%, so that's 240% extra damage on her ult, just from using her injection boost, rank 2, and using 4 skills. Using a skill for every turn for 4 turns. This ult will one-shot the boss. It's that crazy. She's so good for this fight, you don't understand. She can basically auto-clear everything. She's so good. You really do need Red Derieri if you just want to see Crimson Demon melt. Like, Mono Red is really good if you're using Red Escanor, but Mono Red is superior if you're using Red Derieri. Now that we've talked about the 4 main characters you're gonna bring, right? You're either gonna bring Red, come on, Red Demon Melly, don't pop up on the screen right now, you ain't important. You're either going to be using Gowther, Arthur, Red Escanor, or Gowther, Arthur, and Red Derieri. If you don't have Escanor or Derieri, you can use Meliodas, but like I've already said, it's really more optimal if you pick one of the other 2. Now, for the 4th slot units, okay? So, you can have Red Gila. Increases allies' HP-related stats by 15% in deathmatch. If you feel like you're dying too fast, in all honesty, the only reason you would feel this is if you were using Derieri. In my opinion, I find it that you might find that you're dying a little too fast with Derieri, because Escanor, when he starts off the match, already has a 50% HP related stats buff, meaning he has insane lifesteal, so he'll basically not take any damage. But if you feel that like you are starting to take a little bit too much damage, you can put Gila in the 4th slot, and she'll basically give you another 15% not only HP, but also lifesteal, and regeneration rate and recovery rate. But those last 2 aren't as important. Now, her skills aren't really gonna help, in all honesty. I mean, the ignites are kind of nice, but that's really about it. Like her skills, you're not gonna use her for the skills, or the ultimate. Then you have Jericho. Again, she's not really going to do a lot of damage. In all honesty, she's not here for damage. Anybody on the 4th slot is not here for damage. But if you want to do more damage, if you want to clear this boss faster, then you can use her passive in the 4th slot, which will give you a 10% attack-related buff. On top of the Gowther buff and on top of the Derieri buff, it'll be insane. Like, you'll be doing some crazy damage. But if you find that you're dying too fast, and lifesteal isn't cutting it for you, Gila isn't cutting it for you, you can use Twigo, because that's a 30% HP related buff, which means basically you have 30% more HP. Sorry, not HP related, it's just pure HP. You have 30% more HP than what you had before, basically, and it's really nice to keep you alive. The next and last 4th slot character, Close Call. from the SR Elizabeth. And she, as you guys know, she's a very, very good support unit. You put her in the back and you basically heal for 10% of max HP at the start of your turn when taking damage. So basically, let me explain how this works. If your Arthur takes damage, but your Escanor doesn't, at the beginning of your turn, Escanor won't heal, but Arthur will, because he's the one that got hit. And if multiple people are hit, then whoever got hit will heal for 10% of their max HP. That's why her passive is so nice. She'll basically heal you every time you're hit. In my opinion, my optimal dream team is going to be Gowther, Arthur, Red Derieri, and then I'm going to put Red Jericho for the extra damage. And that's basically, that would be my dream team. But you guys can make your own dream teams as you'd like. That's really the end of this guide. I will be doing a Grey Demon guide and a Red Demon guide afterwards. So, if you guys want to see that, hit the like button. Also, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. And subscribe to see when I upload my next guide. Other than that, guys, I hope you've all had a great day. If you haven't, I hope you have a great and amazing day. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out. Bye.